Right. Going to run some locos because we haven't done it for ages. So it's an opportunity to. So I'm just gonna get a train sorted, and then we'll sort something out from that. We've not done one of these for donkeys, so thought it was just a nice idea to do one. Well, we haven't done one for a long time, so we've had a couple of locos join since the last live stream, so sort of a way to catch up. Because I'm going to be using the same locos for certain things. Well, different locos booked from different regions. I can't be bothered keep changing the coaches every 5 minutes, so I'm just going to use the same set of coaches, even if they're not necessarily prototypical to the specific years, etc. Look at you beauty. It's nice to run this loco actually. This is a mainline loco. So this is a relatively old loco by my fleet standards because most of my fleet are modern stuff. But there is, I think, 5 that are old, like properly old, and then a couple of older locos as well. This being mainline rebuilt Royal Scot, I believe. Was it no, rebuilt Patriot. I don't even know what my own loco is, as it turns out. Obviously, if you comment in the chat any requests you have, that would be marvellous. I will try and fulfil them as best I can. I am a little bit tired. I've been in work all day, so bear with. But so I might get some classes wrong, etc. But the laptop has been a nightmare, so I'm a little bit delayed. I'm trying to start at 1:30, but I haven't been able to do that because I couldn't do 2 things at once on it. It's just a nightmare. So just keep those requests coming. We're going to do one at a time. We're not going to run 2 locos on the tracks, etc. Mainly because I can't really be bothered setting up 2 lines, but also just because it's an easier option for me as well. Try and get you a little bit lower just to get a nicer view of the locos as you fly past. So this is, I believe, a rebuilt Patriot, which is a 460 LMS locomotive. But it runs really well. It's a classic loco. It's a little bit on the louder side, but it looks fantastic when it runs around. Those coaches look so good with it as well. I just put them on because I can't bother changing to all the different coaches. And these are really the only LMS coaches I've got. I've got a couple of others, but I've not got enough to make a suitable rate for a loco this size. But yeah, it runs really well. It actually does run very, very well. It looks fantastic. I do like Frank. His name's Frank, by the way. I do like Frank a lot. Definitely going to be keeping Frank for a very long period of time. I don't see him going out of the collection. I will get a more up-to-date Sports Scott or Patriot or Jubilee along the line. But it's in a livery I really like as well. So what more do you want? It looks fantastic and it runs really well, so what more do we want? What more do we want? So if you keep the requests coming, etc., I will fulfill them as I can. But obviously I can't do a million at a time, so to go with. I've only got one set of hands and one line that I'm running on today, because I can't bother with the other line, which is no point. But that's mainly it. So, keep coming. There has been a railway disaster. There has been a disaster and the coaches have decided to depart from the railway. So, on that note, we will change loco, because we might as well. That hasn't ended very well. But should be okay. It's not the track that's caused it. It's just derailed for some reason, but nobody knows why. I'll need those coaches later because I have a lot of LMS stuff that we can probably run later today. I'll probably go for between half an hour and an hour, so we'll try and get through a couple of locos today, just a bit of a chill, watch some trains running around. What more do you want? On a Wednesday evening. I believe it's a Wednesday. It's a weird day to do this sort of thing, but never mind. Right, Frank is now back in the shed, so now run the next locomotive. If you're Martin McMartinson. Right. I'm going to run this for Alfie, and then I'm going to run another loco after it, just because I think it looks fantastic. So, run this one first for a little bit. Also run it for Kelly Ashford, but she's not in chat yet, so she's in watching yet. So, no idea if she's going to be turning up, but no idea anyway. So, this is the Dapol Dimwell Manor. Lovely thing. If you haven't got a Dapol Manor, I recommend you get one because they are lovely. So, this is me live trying to change the positioning of the camera slightly. Non-alcoholic cider I'm currently drinking. Basically like apple juice. It's just refreshing. It's nice. So these are some Great Western coaches as well, which I finally got some. Woo! Thanks to Alfie. But yeah, this Dapol Dimwell Manor is lovely. I do intend to get an Acura Scale one at some point this year. If I can. But that's not going to be for a while because I've got some other bits to get before that. But my intention is to now go crazy with the railway stuff. I'm going to be getting a lot more stuff very soon, so it's going to be very exciting. So you'll see a lot more on the channel. We've had a little bit of a break, a little bit of time off. There's been a lot of things going on in my personal life. It means I've not been able to sort this out in regards to work, stuff like that. In the background, you don't need to know the information. But basically, I'm now in a situation where I can afford to get a lot more locos than I previously did and do more videos. So we'll be doing that as and when we can. So there'll be, hopefully, if I get round to it this weekend, there'll be a running session video. If not, there might be a couple more gaps before we get around to doing anything. But just bear with, there will be stuff coming as we go along. So yeah, don't worry, I'm not dead. I don't look at the chat 24/7, so if I ignore you, I do apologise. I glance at it to see if there's any requests and stuff. Alfie, I do know you did request one after this. I will get round to that, but I'm running this first before that. But it will get done today because I want to do that one as well. So we're carrying on with the Western theme, which is one of my favourite Western locos in one of my favourite liveries for this specific Western loco. It's not my favourite Western loco, but it's one of them. I do like these a lot. I also do like this wheel configuration anyway. There's not enough of them in my collection. I believe I've only got 2 of this wheel configuration. So, and most likely the other one will get a run today as well. So, because one of my favourites. I'm just going to run some of the faves, shall we say, today. To get through some of the nicer locos that I've possibly got that maybe haven't run in a previous running session, live session, because some of them are new, and just some because why not. So that's basically the situation we're in. So we're carrying on with Dapol, because Dapol makes some fabulous locos now. Speaking of which, they have actually announced the Great Western Railways 517 pre-grouping tank engine 042T and the 14XX in double O gauge, ready to run, new tooled, and I am absolutely buzzing. And I intend to get a pair, so I intend to get a Great Western 517 and to get a 14XX because they are slightly different, and they're not even that badly priced either. So I think they're 140 quid, which sounds like a lot, but for some reason 14XXs are like gold, and they cost a lot of money anyway, even if they're the older ones. So I do intend to get one and can't wait to get one, but they're a long time off that happening. Dapol are also releasing a 3800 class or a 2884 if you're being specific, because that's where the number started, but it's 38XX Fraser. So I intend to get one of those as well, because obviously I have my Hornby one, but I do intend to get a 38XX as well, so maybe one of those as well, but don't know when that's going to be. But I'm buzzing about the 14XX and the 517 pre-grouper as well, which is gorgeous. So it basically looks like when your missus puts Sissy Tro in the wash and it shrinks. It's one of those situations. It literally is so adorable and I want it badly, so that's going to be quite cool to get one of those. It's a long time off those two, off those coming out anyway. It's like quarter past 2025, so it's a long time off, but it's something to look forward to. Yeah, I love this logo. This is the 43XX Mobile, and this one is an ROD khaki wartime livery, and it looks fantastic. And it looks brilliant with the coaches as well, but I love this. I bought this in February, so I've not had it long, but I've had it 3 months though, to be fair. It's getting on 3 months, but I love it. I think it's gorgeous, and I intend to get out. I bought it on release as well, which I normally don't do with locos, but I've started pre-ordering ones now. I pre-order the ones from manufacturers I know are going to make a good job of the locos, e.g. Dapol and Rapido and Akira Scale. People like Hornby I don't pre-order from, and I don't ever pre-order from Batman because I get the majority of Batman stuff second hand or brand new through retailers, so because it's too expensive otherwise. But Hornby and not somebody I would pre-order from my experience of pre-ordering from them before, but just also from what's going on with the new Black 5s. I would rather just see what they're like when they get released, and then I do have a couple of locos that are older locos, like the B1 and I believe the Grange or whatever it is a county, I have no idea, something like that. They look the same to me. Anyway, it's a Great Western train pack. those I did have on pre-order, but obviously because they're not going to sell straight away. I intend to get them on release, but I'm not pre-ordered them. Those I get on release because they're older locos, and I know that they're okay anyway, and they're not going to have any issues. So that's one exception if it's an older loco. But if it's a brand newly tooled new loco, I would look at what it's like before purchasing, just because Hornby, when they come out with new little locos on release, are not particularly brilliant, but anyway. Ooh, Alfie says he's getting a Grange this month. Ooh, very nice. You have to show me some photos. Let's pop the next one on. I get one more run round for the mogul. That is a lovely loco. Beautiful thing. I think the proportions are fantastic for it as well. I think it looks real. I do like that a lot. It's a much larger locomotive now. Right, pop you away. Go, and in you go. Look at that. 43XX. Now for another, well, this is a newly tooled Hornby locomotive that is actually fine. I've not heard of any issues with these, so they must be brilliant. But then again, they did exist as a loco beforehand. It's not like they've. But then again, the Black 5, the new one, doesn't really work, and it was a loco before they retooled it. It's not like it's fresh from the ground up like a Turbomotive or something, which I've never had any issues either. To be fair, from my experience anyway, what I've seen. The only slight issue with these is these are so long, they're not very manoeuvrable on certain tight radius curves. E.g., this one looks sometimes to be off the actual track on third radius. I believe somebody put up it in the video, but I couldn't see it personally. But look at this beautiful thing. It is massive and it is absolutely stunning. This is the newly tooled P2, Prince of Wales. Yeah, it is off actually. It does come off on that corner at the top. How do you do that? Hold on. Causing issues with it. It's off as well. Yeah, this is not going to go well. Stupid locomotive. My arm model railway is so stupid. They're so like flipping sensitive to poorly laid track. Sam Strange doesn't have this issue, and he's got the world's most poorly laid track I've ever seen. And the amount of locos he has that don't work, like it comes off the. This is a notoriously bad curve where it's coming off because some coaches come off on this curve as well. Impossible to get. That should be okay now. Try it again. come off again. Ah, we're gonna sort this out. Do do. Yeah, it's so high up, like, I'm surprised all the locos don't come off because the track is so far out in terms of how high it is. I can move the entire front of the loco from side to side and swing it on the bogey. It's that out this railway. Not good really. Tells you something about the rest of it, doesn't it? I need, almost basically, what I need is a banking. I need the flipping layout to be banked, a banked circuit. The flanges are tall enough so that it shouldn't affect the loco there. It still does, it still flies off. It's a massive loco, and if it keeps coming off, obviously it's trying to drive forwards even though it's on a curve, because locos do that because they're a nightmare. Normally don't have this issue with the P2, but I've never had this issue. I will say I've never had this sort of issue with the railroad one. It's like the way that the weight is put down. It needs to have the weight put on the front axle more than it does, because it's a bit loose at the front, shall we say. But it is what it is, isn't it? It's how Hornby designed their locos, not necessarily to work, but to look fantastic. And that is a slight compromise you have to make. Obviously. Yeah, it's still come off. Bought a loco that I can't actually use because it's deciding to come off my track every 20 yards. Yeah, it's nowhere near coming. It's nowhere near. Absolutely nowhere near. I need to stay on. Right, I'm going to sort this out. And what I'm going to do... I'm just going to pop a train on while I fix the P2. Not staying on the track issue. I don't really have any coaches, so what I'm going to do... Well, I do have coaches, they're behind the P2 because I can't be bothered changing them. What I'm going to do is just pop them behind this, because technically this is still prototypical, so that's a positive. Oh, they're wired together. It's a disaster. Oh no, they're not actually. The J80, oh god, J39 has decided to depart from the track and stop because the track doesn't work. No, I think this was where I was. Right, that can move. Oh, it doesn't really run on that feedback controller, to be fair. It doesn't really like it. Don't like it. Don't like it. Put you on instead.
There's all there is under there is That's all there is. Does make that much of a difference? You have to have It's something that exists in the atmosphere. You have to have underneath of a railway line. I can't do anything about being there. That kills it and the coupling to come off now. Oh, stop eating my fingers, you bellend. That's why I don't do live streams, by the way. It's made no difference. The only difference it has made is that you've now got no rear coupling and you're going to smack into the coaches the wrong way. Yeah, it has done. In fact, it's actually come out of the NEM pocket, which is very unusual. Normally falls. Oh, that's because I glued it. I glued it because I got bored of it falling out, so I glued it, and now that the coupling is not as strong as the pocket, so it's just flew out the pocket. But I'd rather that because it's slightly easier and slightly less annoying. The track's still on, and I can't bother turning it off. There we go. It still stopped. Nope, that doesn't make any difference. I put my hand near it. I wafted some air about near the track, and then it started again. Like, what the hell does model railways do? Okay, it stopped again. I've got a P2 that doesn't stay on the track, and then I've got a track that doesn't work, so the J50 stops every time it goes near it. So just like leave it there and burn it out, because it deserves it. There we go, that'll stick the track down. Nope, that hasn't worked. A lot of things decided to move when I did that. A lot of things. And I don't know what has moved, but a lot of things did. Oh, well, the parcel vans have fell over. Oh, God, it's coal gone everywhere as well now, because of them wagons. I'm just leaving the J50 there to burn out, because it deserves it. Do my head in. I've only got a tiny amount of blue tack and I need it for the track near the P2. The problem is it doesn't stay where it is. Oh well, that suddenly just decided to start working. It got probably a millimetre further than it did before, which is a slight improvement. So for it to work, the track has to be like that. But when I put the track flat, it stops. Does any of this make sense? Or is this what railways are like? I don't know how you can possibly not work when you're here. So if I leave the track like this, it works perfectly. Look, there you go. It's running like a train, right? And then it falls off and then crashes. So I can't run the train unless the track's like that. So what do I do? What am I supposed to do? Well, leave the J50 to die, because it's probably broken now. It's done that. And I don't really give it any less of a toss. head in. And then rip the entire thing up and relay it. I'm probably going to have to do that because none of it lines up with any work because it's all completely out of sync with the rest of reality, with all of reality, because it's broken. I mean, that doesn't line up with that. The gap's not big enough, and I don't know what's wrong with any of this, so if I remove that. And then I put the J50 back, its cold loads fell out again. I think it's supposed to be. I've got some movement. See if it does a lap. See if it does a lap. Efficiently and smoothly. Does a lap. Right, it didn't stop that time, so. Right, so that's worked a little bit better. Right, if I pop you that way, you can see it now. I'll fix the coal later because it's gone everywhere. Right, so we have one track working anyway with J50, so that's nice. Meanwhile, I'm going to. Oh, the B2 jumped off the track as well. That's quite funny. The green one. Which I do have a review of, I believe. Can't remember. Let's run it right now. What was that whole episode? I thought it was like 15 minutes of my life wasted that I'm never going to get back. Right, that coal will have to stay there. Right, I've now got to fix this track over here to me and the P2. What I need really is something to actually put underneath the track, but I don't have that really that would suffice to put underneath. Quite soft this as well, so it should absorb the weight of the rotor. It goes around it. I've mended something! Well, I think. Oh, the tenders fell off now. Things have got too many wheels. Right, and where it comes off again, I think it comes off higher up. No, it seems to be okay actually. Right, it's now surviving the lap without falling off the track, so that's good. So that's the P2 sorted. The J50's coupling. Oh, we glued that on! Right, that's gone well. But the light on it's too dark in here. So, situation update. The J50's couplings fell off where I can't reach it. And the P2 now works. So that's, well, the P2 worked anyway, but that now goes around the track without crashing. Yeah, I think we need a different type of locomotive on that's not going to cause us any problems, so. That's the P2 sorted. This is why I like diesels, they don't cause this much crap. all of the time. The LNER coaches can stay there because they can just stay there because I can't put fucking. I put the tiniest amount of. Oh no, I don't think I did. No, I did glue it, but wow, the J50 is so powerful that it can rip super glue apart. Just tell you one thing about how incredibly strong these things are. Forgot where it goes. It's there. It goes there. It goes there. Oh well, I need them LNER coaches because I just thought of a loco that I would run, but it's in the wrong place. Well, the coaches are in the wrong place, but I can reach them, so it's fine. And then back them up, back them up, and then get it out. In fact, this hasn't been out for a while, so I think it's nice that it does actually come out for a bit. I think I've had this. How long have I had this now? I've had it a while. I think it's getting on a year and a bit. So, it's a reasonable amount of time. I mean, a lot of people don't realise I've had it this long. But it is lovely. One of my favourites, this. I don't run it enough. Beautiful thing. There we go. Run that for a bit. Because hopefully it'll go around here without causing any disasters. But you never know. Oh, I'm going to sit back and relax. And watch gorgeous A4 go around. That's the disasters of the week segment over with, I think. There's nothing like that noise of it going across the track. And just, I love that noise. My intention is to surpass 60 locos this year. I forget how many I've got. I think I've either got 54 or 55. But the B2, the green B2 will be going, so that'll be leaving. But then Kelly's going to provide me with a J94, so that's going to come in and replace it, and then there'll be another loco after B2's gone. There'll be a loco probably quite soon as well, so it's going to be working out close to the 60 mark shortly, so not going to be too bad going forward. So we've got that at least. So we've got locos coming in as and when. So pardon me. In position you so you can see that a little bit better. There you go. Is that better? Hopefully. Hopefully. Oh, for Pete's sake. I don't think this has actually ever ran on a live stream before, so I'm going to run it. This was bought on a whim. I don't know why, but I bought it. Well, I've wanted one. I didn't just buy it because I didn't want it, or not want it. I bought it because I wanted it, but it was on bids on eBay, and I thought I'd lose, and then accidentally won it because nobody else bid on it. I can't remember how much I paid for it now. Those coaches are like those coaches that I'm now packing because they're so close to each other. But I can't remember how much I paid for it because I can't remember. I just forgot. My memory's appalling. But it wasn't that cheap, if that makes sense. So it was quite dear, but it is quite a special logo, so we should be fine. Get away with it when you see it. This is where the A4's meant to smack into these coaches. It's close, but no, it does work. Does work. Right.
move you forward slightly. There we go, that's beautiful. Actually, those coaches look insane with anything that pulls them, so this will look beautiful. Right, we'll let the A4 go around once more. One more time. That's Walter done. The purple A4. I'd love for Hornby to make a newly sold A3, A1, or whatever, the modern one they do in this livery. Don't know why they've never done it. They did. Well, they did in the olden days. They did an old one, 10 to drive one, but I don't like 10 to drive logos. So, but I want a modern super detail one in that livery because it would look amazing. Anybody from home watching, please do that. But I doubt that because I slagged them off about their pre-order system, so they're probably not watching me now. Probably don't watch my videos. There we go. I've not ran this for so long. It's probably going to need a bit of running again to get it fresh today, is it? This is a Black 5. It's my first Black 5 ever, and I've been collecting for probably just under 10 years and never purchased a Black 5 before. And then, which is weird because it's one of the most famous and most numerous locos that Britain that was on the British Railway network. But I didn't buy. But this is one of two Black 5s I will buy. I'm not going to buy a new Hornby one. I'm going to buy this sort of spec because I'm not that big on Black 5s that I want to spend £200 on one. In fact, both of the Black 5s I end up with will cost less than one of the new ones. And this is 5,000, which is one of the members of the National Collection and National Collectors in Miniature, this being a special edition for the NRM. And it's got the special edition box as well. I don't know if it was a locomotion one, I don't know if it was sold at locomotion or not, but they have done one, but I think it was a gloss one. It was still like limited numbers for loco, and I believe it was less than 100 quid that I paid for it. I don't think it would have been more than that. I think it was less. And it runs well. I mean, it's a little bit on the louder side, but it runs beautifully. Looks fantastic, and it's 5,000. I've always wanted 5,000. LMS 5,000 as a Black 5, and then a BR line black one as well. That's my intention, is to get a BR line black one. Whether that's going to be this year, I don't know. But they're quite easy to get hold of, so we should be okay. I need to get a couple of ATEFs because I want an L and AR1 just for the laughs, so I can run it with Teagues, and then also a BR black one or an LMS black one. But I'm probably going to get a BR black one just because I like the BR liveries on LMS region locos a little bit, quite a lot. So probably get a BR black one then. Just why not? It's in a couple anyway. So. Yeah, this is lovely. It's nice to run this actually. I've not seen a Black 5. So it's not been running for a while, so. Hey, I tell you what's travelling now. Look at the speed of it. It's running really well as well. Look at you, Black 5. Go on. It looks so good with those coaches, it looks amazing. Black 5s are really nice though. I do think they're great. They're great things. They're lovely, so. I've not really enjoyed the railway this much for a long time. I feel I've earned it. Earned the enjoyment that I'm getting from it today. So. It should have been my favourite logo ever. Probably, yeah. Might as well. A slightly larger loco, but not much bigger. But this is how long have I had this thing? I've had this thing 4 years now, and I will never not have it because I flipping adore it, and it is beautiful in every single way. And I can't wait to get more. But I'm not going to be getting another malachite one, which is odd because this is my favourite, and my favourite can be the only one in malachite. So giving it away, but I think you all know what my favourite loco is in the collection, so I think everybody knows that now. My favourite consists to run it with are not green coaches, which we should be running with. If we're being semi-prototypical. But you know me, I don't like prototypical because it's boring. I thought the coaches would clunk to each other, but apart from that, we're okay. I thought the Black 5 was going to clunk the coach, but it's not. I like how we can actually park the loco ready for when the other one comes, and I can start it. It's quite good, that. And the Black 5 hasn't hit the coaches, which is brilliant. So, pop the Black 5 away. It's nice to run that, actually. I don't think many of you guys have seen that running in video before. Not live anyway, but it's one of the highest viewed videos on my entire channel is the review of the Black 5. So I think a lot of people have seen it in videos, but just not live. Put those LMS coaches to one side because typically I will use them later, probably, because I have a lot of LMS stuff now. Come on. What are you doing? Come on. Why are you stuttering? Why are you stopping? Come on. There we go. I think either the track's playing up, and I hope it's not the loco, but I think it's the track. The wheels are probably filthy and it hasn't run for ages, so. Why not run for about 12 months? Don't die on me. Why are you stopping? It stopped again. I don't know if it's the track that's doing it. Yeah, it is the track that's doing it. Found the root cause of our troubles. My Blackmore Vale wouldn't die on me, I'm telling you. Beloved loco, look at it go. You beauty. Wouldn't die on me, would you? I love this thing so much. It's so nice. I think I paid quite a lot of money for this as well. So 4 years ago I paid 96 quid for it. Which is quite a lot really. Because they're not that heavy either for locos. They're not that powerful. But for the size. But it's probably over the odds really. But they're worth a lot of money. For some reason West countries and merchant navies and stuff. Especially the unrebuilt ones are worth an absolute fortune. To the point where the going rate for most of them is over the £100 mark, like 150, 200 quid. It's a lot more sensitive to the badly laid gaps in the track than other locos, so it's a slight annoying one. But oh, stop stopping on me. Oh, don't die on me now. I touched the track once and it stopped the entire loco. But yeah, it's gorgeous. Azuma, I don't have any Helgen locomotives because they're all terrible, and I won't buy them because they're all terrible. I mean, Hornby locos can be quite bad, and Batman locos can be quite bad, but Helgens are beyond bad. So that's why I've not got any. That's Blackmore Vale sorted, so stop that for now. Put you away. Still my favourite loco, always will be. Might get another Southern loco soon.
Because I've not got that many. I like Southern more than most, but I've just not got many logos from them. I'm going for my heaviest and also my most expensive locomotive in the collection. Well, not, I wouldn't say heaviest because I think there's a diesel that's heavier, but heaviest steam locomotive in my collection, which is an absolute weighty beast, absolutely enormous as well. One of the largest and most expensive locomotives I think the world has ever seen, in model form. Certainly for a long time, because they've gone a lot lighter and a lot less crazy die-cast like they used to be back in the olden days. But this is a return to form. And it is actually magnificent as well. An experimental locomotive. Do you know I like experimental locomotives? Okay, if this loco's not running properly, then there's clearly something wrong with the track. Because this has more pickups than America. And that's got a lot of pickups because they sell a lot of Ford F-150s. That's a pickup truck joke, you won't get it if you don't understand cars. Right, leave that and hope for the best. Can't do a 47 double header because I got rid of my other one. And I got one. But I might be able to do a 50. I've not got a coupling on my 57. So I can't do a 57 and a 47 double header. I could do a top and tail though, if you want to do that. So I can do 47 at the front, 57 at the back, with some coaches in the middle, and you just have to choose what livery of coaches you want. Bearing in mind that one's Network Southeast and one's Northern Bell, so it might be a little bit weird consist, but I do like the 37. I've not got one, but my intention is to have many 37s. So come back to me in 12 months and you'll probably have about 3 in the collection by then. So I do like a 37 quite a lot. My intention is to definitely get one because they're awesome. Diesels are not crap, Alfie. Don't start lowering yourself to Kelly Ashford standards, because diesels are brilliant, because they don't break and they don't cause me any problems in model form, they don't cause any problems in real life, whereas steam locomotives are unreliable and stink and are really annoying in every single way, shape or form, whereas diesels are lovely and reliable, they smell amazing, but so do steam locos as well. But they're less noisy, they're just more practical, they're easier to use, easier to drive, they can pull more, diesels are just better in every single way except from the one thing they lack is character and beauty, and that is the more important thing in my opinion. Yes, I do like reliability, etc., but steam locos are amazing for their beauty and their character. But if you're talking about which is actually better, diesels are, because they're just a better thing. Just because they just work every day better. But that's not to say I prefer diesels, because I don't. I just like diesels as well as steam, and I like DMUs, and I like electric locos. I like a bit of everything. So I've got so many steam locos and so little diesels and so little DMUs. I've not even got one DMU. That I'm going to start moving that way a little bit, and then possibly next year do a diesel month and just get a month of just doing diesel videos and stuff, because I want to try and just bring the diesel fleet up a little bit. I'm still going to get steam locos. The next 5 or 6 locos are probably going to be steam, but I do intend in that to get a class 37 at some point down the line very soon, because I need to get one. Two Mark 1s, pull and brake, and non-representative, right. What colour Mark 1s do you want?
Should I just run the Pullmans with the 2 diesels either side? Because it would look amazing. I'll just do that. BR Marine Mark 1. Right, I'll stop the turbo motive, which is wonderful. Great locomotive. And I think it looks fantastic as well with that weird shape. I do like weird locos. Oh, my intention is to get a GT3 soon down the line as well, because I've not got one, and I've been wanting one for like 500 years. Not that I've been alive that long, but I do like a GT3. I never normally top and tail locos because it normally goes disastrously wrong, but these being diesels, it should be okay. And they do technically run like this in real life. And if we're making, what I'll try and do is make like a prototypical-ish train. What I'll do is I'll whack loads of Mark 1s, Marine ones on, and then it'll look like a rail tour then. I've got enough. I'll ignore Pullmans because they're a bit annoying. How many have I got? I think I've got 6, plus a full parcel van. So I might be able to make a reasonably long train as well. I can't do 11 because I don't have 11, but we'll see. We'll see how many we've got. Let's see what I can do. So if I pull the class 50, the class 57 pulls these the other way. That might make it slightly easier. If you couple up with these class 57, now you're going the wrong way. I think I've got to let you. A screw has fell out of somewhere to coach. It's a spare screw, I think, from a couple of years ago that doesn't work anymore. So it was glued on. But I keep the screw just in case I ever need it, because you never know when you need a screw. That's 5. You'll probably see this coming to shot in a minute. Oh, there you go. Diesel's turned up. I'm going to put on a better rail tour than West Coast Railways. I apologise, West Coast Railways, but you need to put your ideas up because I'm making a better rail tour style train than you. Oh yes, look at that. That is a train. And then what I end up doing is I put the Network Southeast Class 47, which is my favourite diesel and my favourite livery, on the front. And then we have a top and tail of 2 fabulous diesels in fabulous liveries. The only problem is the Class 57 running away with the train. They are geared exactly the same, but obviously it's got its coaches behind it, so slightly, there we go. So they should work quite well now. What I'll do is I will manually adjust that coach actually, because the couplings, it's a fat coupling and a thin coupling. It's like an American coupling and a British coupling. When you're standing an American person next to a British person, one's really fat and one's really thin. It's like trying to make those together not particularly attractive, so you have to do it manually. That conversation's getting far too out of hand. But anyway, let's go. Run it nice and slow as well, because we have 2 locos and quite a lot of coaches. So this could go disastrously wrong, but luckily they are geared exactly the same until the track cuts out and the train comes off the track. So that's gone well. This is why you don't run loads of coaches, because you've got 1 loco pushing, and then if that one cuts out, even briefly, that one then is still moving and it pushes it into the other one. So don't cut out class 47. Don't know why it cut out, but it did, as it turned out. There's been an accident at the back as well. It's re-railed itself. Okay, I think we've done a lap. This just needs a steam loco on the front, and then it is really accurate to a rail top. So don't cut out there, you stupid thing. Why have you cut out? You stupid cow. It's also my most expensive diesel, I believe, at the minute. Not that I'll probably end up with one more expensive, because I doubt it. This is like the best train we've ran all day. This is so cool. I also really like the Class 47, so what more do I want than this? It's cutting out because my track is terrible. And it's a gap in the electricity. It's got nothing to do with pickups or anything. It's the track doesn't like air under it, or glue tack, or Will Spilsbury's technique of having glue tack on the track doesn't work on my railway, unfortunately. Probably not going first enough either, really. And that's half speed. That's pretty quick now. So for a diesel, you shouldn't be cutting out, but you never know. Look at that go! I just need some networks out of these coaches, not the Bell coaches, and then my life is complete. You can tell when the locos are slightly cutting out with brief lack of electricity is when the lights go off. But the lights on the 47, the main beam headlight, which is the white one right in the middle, is so bright I nearly blind myself when I looked at them. It's a proper LED, it's very, very bright. The 57 is currently shining a torch up the back of a coach, which is quite funny to watch as well. I don't keep front couplings in most of my locos, that's why I can't double head, but this would have looked amazing as a double header. But I don't actually have a coupling for the Class 57 because it didn't come with a spur. So that's why I can't do it, because I can't put one in either. Not that I would, because I don't like couplings when it comes to my locos, not a lot anyway. If they're pre-fitted, I usually keep them in, but if they don't come with one, I don't put one in. That's usually how it works. Unless it's like a tank engine or a small tender loco, which I would assume I would probably use for double heading or whatever, then that's probably when I'll use. Who's taking the mick out of Southern? Because Southern is an amazing railway and makes some of the most beautiful locomotives, which the Great Western Railway doesn't, because they just have a speciality in copy and pasting the same design over and over again. Which, in all fairness, they did because it was a good design and it worked really well. But it's a bit boring that they didn't experiment with anything. That's the problem. But never mind. Right, we're going to stop the two diesels now. Class 47, Old Oak Common. That is also, this Class 47 I have is one of only 512 ever made. So it's quite rare. It is also very expensive. So it's my flagship diesel locomotive. And the Class 57 is so powerful, it can just push the coaches like they're nothing and push them off the track, and that has now caused a major rail disaster that millions of people would die from, and that would be on the news for 7 weeks about how awful it was. And it's uncoupled, and now it's driving to the other side of the train to push the coaches into each other. So that's not gone well. I actually used its spun buffer then as well, which is quite good. Right, take that off. There we go. And the coaches have all fell over, so I've got to pick those up. Which BR Mark ones are known for their topsy-turviness. They do like to fall over for some silly reason. Well, in all fairness, two of them were Hogwarts castle coaches, but you can't really tell from a distance. They look exactly the same. J.K. Rowling didn't have much imagination when it came to the coaches she used, so in the film, whatever. So
Not that I'd think it was her idea anyway, but it spoils the joke if people start being pedantic, doesn't it? She would have had imagination. She wouldn't have Harry Potter. Never mind. Right, what can we run? There's a bit of an argument going on in the chat. I'm not getting involved. Anyway, what should we run? What should we run? Anything. What hasn't run for like donkeys? What do I not run enough of? I don't ever run this logo. This is quite cool. I always forget I have. Well, I don't forget that I have it because nobody forgets they have a logo. But I don't run this enough. Basically, that's what I'm saying, and it is gorgeous. Where did those LMS coaches go there before? Have I put them back? Yes, I have. Why have I put them back? I intend to get a red one of these, and nearly bought one, but I didn't end up with it, so didn't buy it. But it is a lovely thing, and I want to get another one. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence about whether to keep this one and have a red one, or whether to just get a red one. But I always really like the black one when I run it, and I think it looks fantastic. So I think I'll keep both because there's no harm keeping two. I keep it having one of each because the black one suits certain coaches more than a red one, and then it'd just be nice to have one of each. So it is also quite a hard to get hold of loco, and it is quite nice. And it wasn't very expensive, so don't really want to get rid of any more locos, to be honest, because I'm sick of getting rid of them, because it's a fact when I do. I'll run this for a bit, not run this for ages, so see how it gets on. This is the Fowler 4P for anybody who's interested. This is a 264 tank. I think it's my only 264 tank at the minute. And my largest tank engine now that the Prairie tank has departed from the collection. It's been running a little bit too fast, so slow it down somewhat. You are a suburban tank engine, you are not you're more of a suburban tank rather than one that does 8,000 miles an hour. So probably run better without using the feedback controller, but I've sat down now and can't bother getting back up again, so I'll have to run as it is. So yeah, these are lovely. I do want to get a red one. No, I will keep this black one. I do like it. I think it's lovely. A red one is just the more beautiful one. I've always said the Fowler 4P in red, an L1. I've never bought an L1. I've always wanted that. Why have I always never bought an L1? Like, I need an L1. The one that's proving difficult is the Great Central A5, but I will eventually get one, but I should have bought one ages ago and I just didn't get round to it, and then they all sold out. And they're only making one batch of them, they're not making another batch. So, not yet, they're not anyway. Not for a while, probably not, but I will get one. It's just a matter of time and wait and finding the right one to come up. They will come up. So it's just a bit of a wait for that, but it is what it is, isn't it? The door for the coach has come off the back. I'm going to pop that on, it's annoying me. These coaches are beautiful. These come with the Midland compound. These are quite expensive. These are probably worth a lot of money. Can't put the door back on. I'm just leaving the 4P to. But it's got a good job. It's a Hornby one because it's very, very powerful. Yeah, it's running really well actually. It's running really nicely. Looks fantastic with these coaches, as does any locomotive built from the LMS with these coaches because they're beautiful. No, I like the way these look as well. It's nice, nice black. It's a little bit more understated than LMS black, but I will get a red one as well because what's the harm in having two? Because it's a collection at the end of the day. I want to build it up as much as I can. So.
Yeah, it's all a lovely thing. Lovely thing. It's running really well now. Warmed up. The thing is, a lot of the locos don't run for a long period of time, so it's nice to do these live streams and then run different locos in each one. So when I do another one, we'll run some different locos. Because it just gives each loco a chance to stretch its legs a little bit. I mean, I can't go through all 54 because it's a lot of locos to run through, but we've gone through quite a substantial number of ones that haven't ran last time, or haven't ran for a while, or you haven't seen. So it's just nice to be able to do that. I mean, I really like to just watch them go around all day. It's just so peaceful, and just the noise is incredible. But also I do like to build the collection up. I've got a loco that I've got my mind on getting. I might order it tonight as well. I don't know yet though. Get around to it. But it is southern, and it has a really cool word configuration. And it's one of many I will end up with, because I do love the word configuration. So yeah. There's a lot of locos that I'm going to end up with, and not every single one everyone will like, because we don't have the same taste in locos and stuff, so there will be ones you don't like. But at the end of the day, if everybody likes the same thing, it would be boring. I like a bit of everything, so the majority of the locos you will probably like, and then the ones you don't like will just be in the collection anyway, because I like all types of locos, so it doesn't really matter, does it? There's some locos that I probably won't end up with just because I don't really need them, or just because I don't think they're fit. I don't actually hate any loco, like really. I don't hate any loco. I don't dislike any loco. There's just certain things I wouldn't buy in model form just because they either don't need them or just don't want them. That's basically how it works. So the chances are, eventually, there's going to be a lot of everything. So you just got to stay tuned and let me just build the collection as I go along. But I will say I do want to get a class 37 this year, and I've seen an actual train pack with some gorgeous coaches that I want to get with the 37, and it's lovely. It's so nice. I might actually get that soon. I might just save up and get it. I don't know. Yeah. There's just so much to get, and I can't afford it all in one go, and I've got to build it up, but then just hope nothing sells out. Right, so what I'm going to do is, there's a request for the crab. What I'm going to do is have that as the last local of the day, and then we'll be concluding this. So I'll pop the 4p away. We're staying with LMS. I've had quite an LMS heavy session today. We have had a bit of everything. We have had Southern, we've had LNER, and we've had Great Western as well. So we've literally had like one of the big four each, so it's not too bad. But we've had a LMS heavy. The crab does have a front coupling, by the way, Alfie. But I'm not running the Class 68 this week. I'll run it next time. So, but we will run the crab because the crab is beautiful, and it's number 13,000, which is the one that's preserved in the National Rail Museum. Which is what my goal was, to always have a huge collection of the National Railway collection locos. And obviously this is one, Mallard's one, Scotsman's one, 5,000 is one, 60 Euros another one. There's loads of them. So, but my intention is to get as many as I possibly can. So, last local of the day, the crab. So, enjoy this one, go around for a little bit, and then I'm off ordering some food, and then going and then I'm off going getting some food. I'm hungry. This is my other mogul. I've only got 2 moguls at the minute. I want to get one of the southern ones, but I believe they've got slightly annoying tenders, but I'm sure it would be okay on my railway. I think it's the N class or something, but I'm a bit on the fence about what livery to go for.
So I'll have a look around and see what I can get, and I might get one because they're quite cute. There's a couple of other moguls as well. Oh yeah, there's the Ivor, the standards. I'll get those. I have decided on getting a new Hornby one, a new Hornby standard 2, but just not yet. Because obviously they're very expensive. And then I'm going to get an Ivor 2MT, a Bachmann one, in BR wine green. So that's my intention, is to have a black standard and a green Ivor. So I probably won't end up with another crab. This is probably going to be my only crab, and that'll probably. Oh, I probably will get another dapple mogul as well down the line. I don't know when though. But we'll see when it happens, as it happens. Oh, and also the flying pig as well. I'd quite like to get a flying pig, which I know everybody hates, but I don't see what the problem with it is. Its running plate's a bit high, but I quite like it as a workhorse. Like there's quite loads of wagons behind, so I might get one of those as well. They're quite cool. Squeaky chair, squeaky chair. Right, I will stop the crab, but what I'll do is I'll stop it in shot so you can see it. Bang, there you go. So that will conclude this little live stream. We have gone for more than an hour, which is impressive. We've had some disasters, but apart from that, we've had a good session. So I'll be back at some point soon for a live stream. I'm going to fit it around work and stuff. You will just see it pop up as and when, so make sure you have the notification bell on so you're alerted when I do go live again. But there will be some more videos coming down the line very soon, more locos, everything will be still going on as normal, so that's the main thing. So thank you all for watching, thank you all for commenting as well, for anybody in the chat, I do appreciate it. A lot of the regulars as well, which is really nice. If you haven't yet commented and you would like to, or you would like to request anything, make sure you do. In chat, it doesn't cost anything to request because I'm not monetized on YouTube anyway. But also, I do quite like the requests because you can get some quite wacky ones. But yeah, just whatever you want to do in terms of requests, let me know. But anyway, I will see you very soon for some more videos down the line. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. You know all that jazz. Yeah, just yeah, whatever. But yeah, goodbye.